Welcome to RedFire's submission. And boy, am I actually kind of excited to grade this one, actually. Because I got to at least glance through it. This will be my first dry run, looking at it detailedly. I'm gonna pronounce this Taiguik. I can't pronounce it. I'm not as good with Korean as I am with maybe just barely with Japanese. Like not that much better. My Japanese isn't great. But yeah, the theme is inspired by a Korean flag. It's also what the whole thing is. What I really, when I glanced at it, was that I was really impressed that, like, because this is, I'm just reminded of Fairy Tale, how he tries to comprise all the pens only with pens in Korea. I don't know. Maybe I'm reminiscing of when I was visiting Korea. I had a really good time there. Um, Not that that places any like extra bias or anything onto the grading thing, but wait a second. So I never got to like pay attention to this because I also really appreciate like the highly detailed pictures for the cut. No, that's just a photo thing. That's just a photo thing. Can't visibly inspect any crazy pieces. Could have been, could have cleaned that out before taking a picture just to get the dust off. To get that. This was cut really cleanly. Oh, I noticed this. There's a skin. There's any ball skin right here. You can braze it out. It's a pain. It's a pain to freaking get that one sometimes though. Dude, I can't catch too much. I'm not able to catch a whole lot. The divots are cut out. Maybe there's a little bit of a divot here. That's slight. Um Yeah, this is cut very cleanly. I know I was really excited to judge this at the time. Okay. But let's go through for some of the complexity for this one and aesthetics. The aesthetics is definitely there. Like, well, I wouldn't necessarily say that it's a how would you describe it? It might not get like the full points necessarily for like the aesthetic side. No, notably that like let me get to it. Okay, there we go. This piece, I wish this would have been covered up. Um, I'm sure a lot of other people would agree. You probably could even almost maybe use a metal ring for this. So I'm catching the, might be some divots here. There's definitely a divot from there that wasn't cut out. That I'm catching. Everything else is cut so cleanly. I'm impressed. But yeah, the aesthetic of like that not flowing out like as well as I could, um, is probably where there's some like points, some point loss there. The complexity is likely also there based off of my knowledge of like of the pens in Korea now. It's also a G3. Let's see. It's well, it's not while it's not crazy complex. It's like a 3. And then for its aesthetics out of 5, it's like 3.5 because like it just matches with the theme so well. So like 6.5 is like the total score. And then let's see. Originality. Yeah, because the only aesthetics that I have is that like this edge right here I wish there might have been like a different flow to it. Maybe if the tip doesn't, I mean, the tip doesn't always have to stick out, right? But I wish that would have been covered up with like the rounded edge right there. It's kind of like an immersion killing piece in my brain right now. Also, is that another? I'm trying so hard to catch divots, and like it's just a photo thing. It's not probably not. There probably might not be a divot. I'd have to look at it in person to properly inspect. But I really appreciate like the clean, like super high detailed, clean pictures in comparison to some other submissions um, for it, and it just proves that like you can cut cleanly, better than like might argue like maybe like you're cleaner than 90% of the population. That's actually really good. Like I'm impressed. Like I'm having to I'm zooming in this far to, that's how I found the skin on this. Like it's like an 8 level of like cleanliness. Um I've been talking about it for a while because I knew this was gonna be clean. Um while there is a theme, the originality isn't crazy. It almost there's a piece with this. That's funny. I know he was talking about how do you add aesthetics, and he did really well for being someone who asked that question and just following it to a T, which just matches like your region so well. You guys are so good at matching, like following like the guidelines to like a T and like making it work. Like I'm still impressed. Like from when I visit there, that it's something I just really feel inclined to bring up, and I really like the aesthetic of like how there's that clear piece. There's that big piece where it reminds me of Watto's G3 right here specifically. Um, but yeah, for there isn't much functionality, so kicking off, it's probably like with everything else, it's relatively original. Um, there's nothing too overly complex. If you're like trying to tie it out while you're pulling it through there, it's like a 6 for it all. Um, it's not crazy, but maybe it's like maybe it could be a 7 because it does have the piece where it's like comprised with a lot of like strange pens. I feel like I want to give it a 6.5. Knowing that I have a lot of, I need some point spacing. I don't think it'll affect you because I'm really trying really hard to keep in mind that like I need to have that point spacing so everyone's affected by that. Um, but man, the theme is definitely there. I'm actually really impressed with like how you got the two black rings, um, and then it's like flows through and it has the Korean flag, rather than it just being like only white, because the Korean flag is technically it's only white. So you're pulling that aesthetics and everything is entirely balanced out. I have brought this up in the chat. Like if you don't know how to create aesthetics, just make each side balanced. So what I mean by that, there's 2 metal rings there. I don't know, you could put 2 metal rings on the other side. That works really well for DCs, right? Or like you can put 1 metal ring there. If this was like, if you're, well, this is an SC. If the tip was sticking out, right, you could possibly put only 1 metal ring or there, or like you could in theory skip it. But with how you like made it with like the flag being centered like that, yeah, I remember seeing it. I think you were one of the first few submissions early on, and that I was actually impressed with like early on, that I was like excited to judge. So now that I'm finally getting to do it, I was pretty happy to be able to go through it. But yeah, other than that, really appreciate you participating. You cut incredibly clean. I didn't think I'd be giving this an 8 because I didn't get to look at it super detaily yet. And I had to, like, you can see how hard I was trying to zoom in to find any and every problem that I can think of, and I can't find it. This might just be something else. But yeah, there's like a divot there though for sure, and then just the skin that's also really hard to difficult to like remove. That's why I gave it 8. But yeah, thanks for participating, and then on to the next one.